Don't have to answer that question.
I'll answer the question. You want answers?
I think I'm entitled to.
You want answers?
I want the truth!
You can't handle the truth! Son, we live in a world that has walls, and those walls have to be guarded by men with guns. Who's gonna do it? You?
If they keep it up, I'm gonna lose my mind.
Chris was just telling me how he felt much more comfortable with my being here.
Do you see me
Cause your ass is mine.
There's dark magic and what was the other?
Light
magic?
work.
Light work. What's the difference? It's just one intended for good and one intended for bad?
Yeah.
It's that simple?
And or who you call upon to do it for you. Some people call on Baphomet. Some people call on Oshun. You know, Oshun is all beautiful and jewels, and Baphomet, the horns.
Mm-hmm. Have you called on both?
I have.
What's your experience when you've called upon Baphomet?
I got what I wanted.
Did you have to sacrifice something?
I did.
And is that a literal term or a physical term? Meaning, did you have to sacrifice something literally?
Yes.
Was this a animal?
Yes. There has to be, you can't, and this is with anything, you cannot do any type of work without giving offering. Whether it's a sacrifice or whether it's, a food or a liquor or blow smoke over the altar, you have to give the spirit something to get something. Otherwise, you're going to pay with a lot more down the road in a way that you're not going to like. Hence, an exorcism we did. So this lady brought her son to us. Matter of fact, the whole family came. The kid was all fucked up. And so we started our work. So I had to put the family at a table together, put salt around the table and some other things to make sure they were protected. And we started this cleansing. Oh my God. 3 hours fighting, literally, physically fighting this boy or the spirit that was in him. And all of a sudden, I turn around and look at the lady and I said, it was his mom. I said, it's you. You owe the spirit blood.
Whoa.
You asked for something a long time ago and you never paid. And this is the consequence.
Wow.
And she said, yes, I did.
Wow.
She was just...
Like she didn't give a fuck down here.
Like she didn't give a fuck. So I was like, that's it. Stop the cleansing. We can't help him. We can't do anything for him until she gives the blood. We can't help him.
When you say give the blood, it doesn't mean necessarily sacrifice herself.
No.
But that means she has to give some level or form of blood from herself.
Well, I told her exactly what she needed to do.
Which was what?
She had to sacrifice a beef.
A beef?
A cow.
A cow.
And I said, until you do that, because she did multiple different works trying to bind this guy up back in her younger years. She never paid for it. So I told her she had to sacrifice a beef. That's what spirit wanted. And 3 weeks later, she calls and she says, hey, I did that. Can I bring my son back now so he can get help? And I said, what did you do? She said, we did a chicken. I said, that's not what I told you to do. Never call me again. Don't call me no more.
So instead of a cow, she basically went the cheap route.
Yep.
And did a chicken.
Yep.
And you ain't heard from her since.
I told her don't call me no more.
So what happened to the boy?
I don't know. I hope she got help somewhere.
Talk to me about sacrificing
That's crazy,
animals. Bro. What's the significance behind that?
Well, first off, I'll say I don't do any of that in the United States.
Mm-hmm.
If that type of work has to be done,
That's cap.
I go out of the country.
She's saying that to protect herself. That's cap, though.
Country. Where it's a normal practice. So, like, you could do cleansing with chicken. You know, you have to sacrifice the chicken. The chicken pulls off, it cleans you, and then you have to kill it. You know, kills that. Spirit feeds off of blood. So just like if we go do a ceremony over in Haiti, you know, once a year you go do a beef ceremony, cow. So you can, it's your whole like yearly blessings, and you feed them.
You might have to sacrifice the bad to get the good, but she's talking about sacrificing life to get good. Like that, I don't know, bruh.
And once the spirit, the ground takes the blood.
Feed them, meaning spirit.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the ground, you know, the blood goes in the ground, and then you take the beef and you feed all the villages. You don't let anything go to waste. You know, so you can get your blessings, and you're blessing
I can respect
everybody
that.
else in
Don't
order
let
for you to
anything
get
go
your
to waste.
blessings.
I respect that.
But you've also fed spirit.
Sacrificing an animal involves harming and killing it to some level or shape or form.
Mm-hmm.
Does that ever bother you?
No. And I'm going to tell you why.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're getting ready to do a sacrifice, the animal will like what is the word I want to use? They humble themselves. They come to you, and they just, like, when the beef comes to you, they will kneel down in front of you and just put their head down.
As if they know.
As if they know. And like if you do a chicken cleanse, all of a sudden they just get calm. They don't do all the, the crazy stuff. It's like they know. It's not like you're not going out there and going, oh, bah, bah, bah.
Yeah.
It's actually a beautiful ceremony.
It's the complete opposite of what I've witnessed.
Really?
The one time I actually seen and was involved in and helped somebody kill a chicken to be eaten, the chicken, that motherfucker was
Lost
going
his
crazy.
shit, didn't he?
Yeah, but it was for dinner. It wasn't like we're doing a ritual. It was
Right.
just, this is what was dinner
And that's
tonight.
why.
And it was a Hispanic family that I'm very, very close to, that's still in the family. And it was somebody's father, a well-known like farmer type of guy. And this is what they do. And it was normal.
Yeah.
To hear what you're saying, this may be something that the animals can also feel within the moment.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
Chicken, do you see how
I saw that
lightning
time.
is crazy out
I saw
here?
it that time.
Like the chicken that I seen get its head chopped off may have never known that it was going to get eaten. But in
Right.
your case, maybe it could feel the spirit of like, this is what's going to happen. This is what is supposed to happen.
Yeah. Well, and
Bro, you got thunder and lightning in the background, and they're talking about like this shit is sweet and dandy, bro. This is what I'm like, thundering and lightning, bro.
big
It's
part
not
of
coincidental
it is
at
music.
all.
You have your ceremonial music playing, and music can put you in a trance. It really can. I mean, especially if you go to over to Haiti and
It's still thundering.
be involved in one of their ceremonies or the rituals. The music will put you in a trance. And it does the animal too.
So you said something very specific. You said she tried to bind a man through, I guess, spell work, magic of some sort.
Yeah.
How often do you see that?
We deal with that every day. Miss Nisha over there does a spell work called tie the dick down.
Tie the dick down.
The actual penis.
Meaning like he not gonna want anybody else,
Correct.
so he just gonna want her. But how? Okay. See, this
And
shit.
tie the coochie down.
Tie the coochie down. Okay, so we got a spell for both sides.
She does all that. I don't touch that shit.
Sorry, y'all. Okay, so there are spells for these things, but how does one know that they had a spell put on them?
There's a lot of different ways. It depends on what type of spell is on a person, because they're gonna have different effects from it.
But if we got, okay, let's just say a male, like it's hard. Okay, this is how I'm viewing it.
Talking about that's true, because I ended up almost dead. Not of my own work, because of work somebody else put on me and got past my protection. Somebody buried me in Haiti. Literally buried my name and picture in Haiti.
So they didn't bury you physically.
Correct.
Okay, so they did some type of work.
Another practitioner.
Another practitioner. You said they buried a picture of you
And my name.
and your name.
And there was a phone call made to Miss Nisha one day. We were in the car, and it was one of our clients' daughters. And I can't remember how it all came about. She said, Nish, help me.
She said she had found out some stuff 30 days prior.
She found out some stuff 30 days prior.
That the lady buried us in Haiti.
That this other practitioner had buried me in Haiti. I don't think it was you, was it?
It was all of us.
Well, I was the only one it affected. And so immediately my husband called what we call our padrino, he's a master voodoo priest. His name is Felix. He runs out of Linwood, California. He's the #1 voodoo priest in the United States. And we're his East Coast team. And he called him and he said, hey, brother, this is what's happening, and Judy is really sick. I was using a walker. I couldn't even get out of bed. And I had called Nisha into my room and I said, I need to tell you everything, because I don't think I'm going to make it. Before I knew, what had happened to me. So when we found out, he called Felix. Felix called his brother in Haiti. And just so happens, that's who had buried me. But he didn't know who I was. He didn't know I was part of Felix's team.
Who buried you?
My padrino, Felix, his brother in Haiti.
His brother.
He did it for the practitioner here in the States. She paid him to do it.
Oh.
And when he called over, he said, hey, I'm looking for, this person's name. I need to find out, what's going on. He said, oh, I'm the one that did that. Yeah, she's in the ground. He said, you take her out right now. He said, that's my people. That's my family. He went and unburied me, and the next day I was back to normal. Dead ass. And guess what? Here's a story of a reversal. The practitioner that had me buried had a heart attack and died a couple weeks later.
Who was the person that paid him to do that?
The other practitioner that she felt like we were taking all her clients. I didn't even know the lady. I had no idea who she was.
So the lady
They
actually
got some spiritual warfare Bro, these witches got spiritual warfare going on, pal. There's one witch versus another witch trying to get some clients. That's spiritual gangsters right here, bro. Who passed away? Well, then that paid to practice, or whatever form of payment to the practitioner. She passed away
whatever form of payment to the practitioner, she passed away weeks later.
And the family stays so far from us now.
People can have illnesses or bodily malfunctions to where they wake up one day and they're fine, and the next, their body's shutting down on them.
Mm-hmm.
And a potential cause to that, not a guarantee, but a potential cause to that could be somebody did some work to you.
Correct.
And some people may never know.
Correct.
For example, let's just say this happens to me. I'm using myself as an example.
Mm-hmm.
Now that I know you, I could be like, hey, Judith.
Right.
Hey, please hook me up. Do whatever you got to do to, do your homework, or if somebody put something on me, whatever. But not everybody has somebody like you in their corner. So then you have people that will go, you know, down the line they'll live 3 more weeks and then they'll pass away and be like, oh, John, out of nowhere,
Yep.
got sick. And sometimes this may be the cause.
That's true.
That an outside source
Yep.
put something on you.
On the flip side, I could tell you a good story.
Mm-hmm.
So this was 5 years ago.
Voodoo
I
assassination
had a family that
attempt
called
is
me and they
crazy.
said, hey, the dad is dying. He's in hospice and they don't think he's going to make it to tomorrow. You think you can cleanse him? Do you think it might be able to help? And I said, possibly. I don't know. They took him out of hospice, carried him into my house because he couldn't walk. He was so weak and he was frail, real frail. And I cleansed him. I did a cleansing on him. When I finished the cleansing, he stood up and he walked out of my house. He bought a ticket to Mexico the next day. He went to Mexico for 2 weeks, hung out with his family, did everything. He tied up some loose ends. He flew back to Florida and he passed away the next day. And his daughter calls me. She's like, thank you so much. She said he got to do everything that he wanted to do before he died.
So it's like he had his 2 weeks
He had his 2 weeks.
of physical time to do what he chose to do.
I borrowed time.
And he passed away shortly after,
Yeah.
right? Do you think things happen, everything happens for a reason?
Absolutely.
So then I got to follow that up with this. If somebody pays Anisha, pays you, pays the other practitioner that you were talking about.
That's where you interrupt that. Everything happens for a reason. Mm-hmm.
So there are going to be obstacles that do interrupt what is supposed to happen.
For sure.
And I'm sure you see this often.
All the time. I have over 40 years of stories. I can't even go on vacation without running into some bullshit like this.
What you mean?
So when our kid he was about 10, I said, you know, we need to go on vacation. 'Cause we're just burning candle at both ends, you know what I'm saying? So okay, set something up. So we're gonna go to Illinois. We're gonna go see our grandson. Cool. I go on Airbnb and I rent this house. It's this big old pretty house out in the country, close to the town that my grandson lives in. So we get there. Now I have a handicapped daughter. She doesn't understand a lot of things and she's deaf. We get up to the door of this house and she says, She folds her arms like that. Somebody already lives here. I'm not going in that house. No, nobody lives here. We rented the house. So I made her go in and she sat on the corner of the sofa like this. She says she felt something. The house wasn't right. So we're going through the house and I also have a son he's a junior shaman. He studied in Peru with a tribe. He's very intuitive. He was about 10 at the time. And he hadn't really honed his gifts. So we're going through the house and we get up to the upstairs bedroom. He says, me and Tim are talking about the pictures on the wall and he's behind us. Somebody died right here on the floor. Somebody died here. What happened, Tim? We paid him no mind. Well, later on that night, oh my God, all hell broke loose in this house.
Y'all stayed in this house?
Oh no, we ran out in the middle of the night.
Okay.
It did not want Tim in that house because he was black. When I tell you the energy in the house, all of a sudden. So first off, we hadn't even started a fire in the fireplace. We hadn't done nothing. We went in to go take a shower. My daughter, who's deaf, was sitting on the couch like this with the TV on, and all of a sudden, a fire sparked in the fireplace. And I'm not talking about a little fire. I'm talking about a big-ass fire. She's yelling, and then the fire alarm starts going off. Fire! Fire! Me and Tim are like, what the fuck? So here we come out there. It's a fire in the fireplace. He gets this big pan of water, and she's over there like, ugh. He tosses it, and he flips the logs and he tosses it. There's this water everywhere. We go back and get back in the shower to finish our shower. It starts on fire again. Fire.
With wet logs?
Fire.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So then the light started flickering. The light started through the whole house. If anybody knew my husband, they know that he is a energy miser. Like, every light has to be shut off before you leave a house. Like, that's just how he is.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
And same thing with the Airbnb. He's like, no, we got to go. So, and I'm skipping a whole bunch of parts, but I'm just trying to make it quick. He goes upstairs. He says, I got to shut the lights off. I said, I'm going with you. I don't want you to go by yourself. We go up. There's a rocking chair in the corner. Rocking back and forth like this. The rocking chair by itself. Oh, hell. He goes to pull out his camera to video. Mind you, phone's fully charged. Battery goes, phone shuts off. At that point, he was ready to jump down the staircase and get the fuck out of there. We go to reach for
I mean, I guess it's a good thing. I mean, I guess it's not a good thing, but it's interesting how even people who deal with spirits, even people who are doing these practices are still scared of these spirits. You get what I'm saying? I'm expecting if this is a witch, like, conjure up some spells, say some prayers, fight this spirit. You feel me? Like, combat this spirit, I guess. I don't know how this works. I just know to pray. Something like this happening, I'm gonna pray. Let God handle it, you feel me? But even them, they're like, nah, we have to get up out of here. Can't stay here. I respect that. I mean, I guess I don't know how to interpret that. It's just interesting.
The whole key box flies across the room and breaks open.
No way.
Dead ass. Got it on video. I think it's on YouTube, ain't it? It's on our YouTube.
You got the box flying across.
And then it shows we're like hustling out of there.
You said it specifically didn't like Tim.
It didn't like
How you
Tim.
come up to that conclusion?
It was back from the 1800s, and all the pictures across the mantle
had cottons.
Yeah, they were like.
Oh yeah.
Like that.
So they didn't want him in there.
They didn't want him in there at all. And then, oh God, the owner knew.
The owner knew that they didn't want black people there?
The owner knew that the house was fucked up.
Okay.
You said good luck.
Yeah, he said, oh yeah, at the end he said, good luck.
The owner. So.
That's insane, bro.
Yeah.
That's insane. Oh. Got racist ghosts. Hold on.
Oh,
how? Go ahead.
The other thing is, on the way to the Airbnb, the GPS kept turning us left, but the house was right. And the left was a dead end.
Call the landlord.
Had to call the landlord. Hey, GPS. He says it always does that. He said, just take a right. You'll find it.
What if that spirit telling you like, hey, this ain't the one.
Yeah.
Get your ass, go left.
Yeah, that was one of those times. Right. That motherfucker was telling me, go left, go.
I can hear you. Yep.
It's a dead end.
I'm probably sure this isn't the first time you guys had paranormal stuff happen to you.
No.
In houses or homes.
Oh, no. But I wanted to go on vacation.
Y'all had to find a new place, though, right?
We did.
Okay.
And it wasn't much better.
You said something at the beginning of that story about your children.
I have 8.
8 children? Okay. That's a lot of kids.
20
God
grandkids.
bless.
Okay.
1 great.
Big family.
God bless.
Mm-hmm.
Was there a point where your children wanted to do what you do?
Nobody wants to touch it. Okay. I have one of my daughters who is so fucking magical. She could see the spirits. Oh my God. She's so good at what she could do, but she wants nothing to do with it.
Does it scare her?
Yeah. And she works in the medical field.
Of knowledge.
For glory's sake. For vengeance' sake. War!
War is coming to Greece.
in the visage of a monster army over 1 million strong.
First of all, I ain't even going to dignify the accusations with a response, you know, because that's so ridiculous.
Yeah, I bet a lot of people saying, he ain't lying.